obviously you're at Paradigm Norton now, and you are the head of sustainable investing, and I literally find this so interesting. So, when we had our conversation before, had not hit the nail on the head on what sustainable investing was. So would you like to sort of explain to our audience what is sustainable investing?
Okay, so it's a really broad topic, and most people get this wrong. So to invest sustainably, there's different ways you can do this. So if you want to invest based on your personal values, you'd probably call that ethical investing. That's where you might, that's where the Quakers or church charity types will invest and say, we don't want gambling or alcohol or adult entertainment in our portfolio, things like that. If you're an environmentally, focused person and you value the environment, you might exclude certain things like oil and invest more in, green companies. But that is, based on your personal values and ethics. And what's another way to invest is to do what we call environmental, social, and governance investing, and that's less about your personal values, sometimes not all about your personal values, and it's more about looking at ESG, so environmental, social, and governance risks that companies face, and how to mitigate or manage those risks through over or underweighting companies in a portfolio, or excluding companies in a portfolio, but also by engaging with companies about these risks. So the most prolific case there was recently was with Shell, who's been sued by an NGO. I think, in short, I don't know about the mechanism of that, how that happened, but they had been sued and brought in front of the Dutch court to say you have now a legal responsibility to reduce your carbon emissions and actually speed up your net zero plans. Okay. And that has happened through engagement and talks and engagement with the regulator and all of these things. So there's that. There is a different way you can invest, for sustainability is by doing impact investing. So you actively invest in companies to provide a solution to a problem. So it could be a clothes manufacturer who uses, a fabric manufacturer who uses completely renewable fabrics, and to flood the fast fashion supply chain with fabrics that won't pollute the environment. And you can also help social enterprises by giving them loans through a scheme that's called Social Investment Tax Relief in the UK. So there's different ways you can do that. All have pros and cons. But yeah, so we offer various solutions for our clients, and that's what sustainable investing overall is. There's different ways to do it, but yeah, there's that's that.
It's so broad. It sounds so exciting. Could you give us an example of one scenario? I know when we spoke previously, we talked about fabrics, one scenario or a company or something that you might possibly invest in and how it might have a beneficial impact.
Yes, so I think one of my favorite companies out there is Lenzing. They're an Austrian company, so yay, something from Europe. But sometimes you learn about US companies or somewhere in the Middle East or China or whatever, and you're like, no, this is a company from Europe, so close to us. They're Austrian, and they use wood tree pulp and also cotton scraps to make fabric. And the wood tree pulp, the whole cycle is completely waste-free. So they waste nothing. And obviously they can then use renewable energy to power all this. So again, that carbon footprint is super low. And they have indeed factories outside of Austria, like in Southeast Asia, where fashion is. But they are very good with their supply chains and how much the workers paid, how are things working there. They also provide services that aren't in the region because the region, the infrastructure might not be as good. And you can find it, all the cool brands that are like Allbirds, the tree runners are made with Tencel. There's loads of garments that are made with Tencel nowadays, or Modal, whatever you want to call it. Talking about women, period underwear is made from that as well.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
You can have a completely environmentally friendly period now. So there's it, and I love that because fashion is everywhere, like fabrics, and we use a lot of oil sometimes in fashion. So that's one of the companies which I absolutely love because it's such a simple thing.
Yeah.
Yet,